Today I want to go over how to create a frequency table. So this is my first video on my iPod, so let's see how this works. So on your notes you have a set of 50 data points. First thing you should do is enter all the data into your L1 on your calculator. So remember, to do that, you're going to do Stat, Edit, go to L1, put in all your data. Once your data is entered, okay, go back to your home screen, then go back in to Stat. Okay, so this is your calculator button, and you're going to choose Sort Ascending, or A for Ascending, L1, press Enter, and all your data should be in order when you go back to look. So you go back in and hit Stat Edit again, and you look, and all 50 of your data points should be from smallest to largest. Okay? Now, to create the frequency table, you have to know the number of classes. I will tell you that. If I don't, you should ask, or maybe it's a mistake on the assignment. Okay, so for this example, we're going to select 8 classes. Okay, so once you know that, and your data is entered, your first step is to calculate the width. Okay, so width is going to be high value minus the low, divide by number of classes. Okay, and you'll find that on the other side of your guided notes. So in this example, we have a max of 90, a min of 37, and we're going to divide by 8. Okay, so when you do that, you get 6.6. The rule for width is to always, always, always round up, no matter what. So this is going to round to be 7. So the width for our frequency table is 7. Okay? Now, to start the frequency table, we're going to begin with class limits. The first limit that you have is the smallest value in your data set. In this case, 37. Okay? Using your width, you're going to add down to create the lower class limits. Okay, and again, that's kind of a new word. So I'm going to take 37 and I'm going to add 7, and you get 44. So I'm going straight down to get the lower side. Add 7, 51. Add 7, 58. I'm adding 7 again because that was my width that I calculated over here. Okay, and I keep doing that until I get 8 classes. So far I have 4. So I'll keep going. 65, 72, 79, and 86. Those are called the lower class limits. To start the first upper class limit, you're going to go one smaller than the next class. So if this is 44, this will be 43. And again, you're going to add 7 right down this side. So 50, 57, 64, 71, 78, 85, and finally 92. Okay, so those are called class limits. They are not continuous. You'll see a gap between the limits. So like 43, then 44, 50, then 51, as you go from class to class. Okay, next up are class boundaries. Boundaries make your intervals to be continuous. You're dealing with a 0.5 smaller and bigger on either side. So like 37 is going to become 36.5 to 43.5. Where this one stops, the next one starts. Okay, and then 50.5. Repeat, 50 and a half, 57 and a half. Repeat, 64 and a half, and so forth. You get a little bit of writer's cramp when you do these, but that's okay. Finish this up for you real quick. All the way to 92.5. Okay, so it's almost like you're doing a little snake action down here through, because where this one ends, this one stops. This one ends, this one stops. If you actually have the value 57.5, it goes into this category. Okay, so it's kind of like up to, but not including this upper value when you do a boundary. Okay, now I have tallies on a lot of your sample papers. You don't have to use this tally. I put it there in case you wanted to like go through your list on your calculator and count, okay, how many numbers do I have between 37 and 43? And like you could just sort of keep count like that. Not necessary. If you can just go through your calculator now and count, okay, how many data points do I have that fall between 37 and 43? And actually count, like for this first interval, I counted a frequency of 5. I had 5 numbers in that range. Okay, then I go to the next one. Between 44 and 50, how many numbers do I have? I counted 3. How many in the next one? 6. And if I keep going, 7, 10, 7, 10, 2. If I check my work, that gives me little n. N is always your total data points. That should add up to be 50, because that's how many data points I had to start with. All right, continuing. CF is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency is like a running total in a ball game or something. So like at the end of this first class, I have 5 data points. In the next class, I have 3 more. So 5 plus 3 gives you 8 total data points. Add 6 for the next one, we have 14. Add 7, 21. Add again, 31, add 38, add 10 more, 48, add 2, and we have 50. This last value should always match your n, because then you've accumulated all the data points, okay? Marks are known as the midpoints, okay? So midpoints, you just go to your limit or your boundary, doesn't matter, you add and divide by 2. So 37 plus 43 divided by 2 should give us 40. To get the next one, 44 plus 50 divided by 2 gives you 47. Okay, little trick of the trade. Okay, if you can get the first mark, then you're just going to add your width right down that midpoint column, just like you did over here to generate your classes. It's going to be the same thing. Okay, so if you continue here, this should be 54, 61, 68, 75, 82, 89. Those are your class marks. Okay, then the final 2 columns, RF is relative frequency. You just take the individual frequency, divide by the total. Okay, so in this case, I go to the frequency column, 5. The total data points in this problem is 50. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 50, which is 0.1. If there's any rounding ever to do, you'll do 3 decimal places. Okay? In this case, there's no rounding to be had, so that's just what it is. So again, like this one, I go over here to the frequency is 3, divide by 50, and you get 0.06. And if you continue that down the column, if you can check this for yourself, 0.12, 0.14, 2, 0.4, 2, 0.04. If you wish to check your work, add up your decimals, this should be approximately 1. Okay, might be a 0.99, it might be a 1.01, it might be a smidge off, but it should come up close to 1. Okay, and then finally, sometimes we like to convert the decimals to percent. A way to do it if you're uncomfortable is to multiply by 100 the decimal point here, or move, some of you may know, move the decimal 2 places to the right. So like here we'd have 10%, 2 places to the right, 6%, 12%, 14, 20, 14, 20, and 4. If I want to check my work, what should that column add up to be? I bet you got it. It should be close to 100%. And again, 0.999, 0.99 something, 99.9 is what I mean, sorry. 100.1, sometimes that happens because of our rounding. Okay, I think I've got it all for you. That's how you make a frequency table. We'll be doing lots of this. Hope you have good luck with it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.